when Dan would pick me up from the airport, we'd go to Walmart and he'd pick up these little like sweet tart, rope things. They're delicious. And it just
I didn't get that by accident.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Dapper Degens. My name is Josh Albrecht.
I'm Martin Green.
I'm Ross Espresso Kierlock.
Did you really just put an X in that?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Excellent.
I'm a very disappointed Will.
Trust me, he said 5 words, and we already have 2 things to talk about. But go ahead.
Jeez, yeah, disappointed Will at your service.
And I'm Dan Kierlock.
Oh, yeah, change his name.
I did.
Kierlock.
Doesn't matter.
Now Dan
Nobody's
owns
watching.
Diamonds and Designs. Take that.
Dan, did you also get that sponsorship?
He
Is
just
that
stole
what's
it.
going on?
No, I went with a real drink.
Oh, okay.
I think it became available because, as far as I know, Ross is no longer sponsored by White Claw. That's what it sounds like to me.
It sounds like
he's now sponsored by Espresso.
No, it's espresso.
Y'all can't hear me that well.
Yeah.
No, we heard
No, we
It's
heard it.
X.
You put a lot of
Espresso.
emphasis on that X.
from his. Is that from your Nexpresso machine?
Yeah.
Ross Espresso.
Experiment.
And this is why he's not welcome back in Europe.
Yeah, that's why.
Or
All right.
rather anywhere
Well,
internationally.
We're doing great tonight. All right. Let's start this off like we always do. Resolutions. Martin, yours, of course, to travel more. You travel anywhere since the last time we talked?
Since the last time we talked, back and forth to work, but I am making a trip tomorrow.
Gasp.
I know.
Martin stayed home.
Mm.
Ross, yours was to lose weight. Does drinking espressos help you lose weight?
No, it does not. And I have done nothing to lose weight.
Okay. All right, great. Will, yours was to meet new people. You meeting new people?
I did this past weekend.
All right.
Oh,
Let's go.
Washington.
Meeting new folks.
fun.
Love
Nice.
that. Dan, yours, of course, is my favorite. It is to keep being alive, which you sure look like you are, bud. So I love that. And mine, of course, is to stop spending as much money on Roosevelts.com, which,
He
since the
failed.
last time we talked,
He failed.
I think has been pretty positive. Let's get into it. So, first of all, we had the Tiki drop that we talked about last episode. We will be able to review some of that stuff, which we will do after we go through the drops that happened. But that was the Tuesday that we recorded last week. Then on Thursday, we had Bob's Burgers. Anyone get anything from Bob's Burgers?
Nope.
I did
Nope.
not.
I
know.
also did not. Now, here's the thing for me with Bob's Burgers. First of all, there was a burger shirt. Looked great. Would have probably gotten it if I didn't already have a burger shirt. That was just burgers. I got a burger shirt, burger hat. Didn't need a second burger shirt. Somehow Bob's Burgers is like one of the animated ones that like I just never really got into. Like if there was a Family Guy drop, look out. Right? I'd be all over that.
Bob's Burgers is a really good
Giggity.
it's a really good cartoon.
I've heard
Have
amazing
you
things.
seen it?
I've watched
2 or
like
3
everything.
Oh, wow.
I've watched like almost everything.
I've watched like 0.
There's some really good like heartbreaking stories in there too.
Oh, well, I mean, there has to be. Honestly, the biggest thing for me in that show was finding out that the main character is also Archer. Like
Yeah.
that the voice actor is the same guy.
Yeah.
I was like mind blown.
Yeah. I'm just more surprised that they got Bob's Burgers. Like, you know, because now we all think in terms of like licensing and what that opens up. And I'm like, so there's like Family Guy and The Simpsons and like, how many more can they go? Because there's going to be a
What
thing.
network is it
King
on?
of the Hill?
King of the Hill.
Great. Ooh, don't
Fuck,
get me
it's
started.
all
King
part
the
of
Hill.
animation domination. Is that still a thing? God, it's been a
No,
long
I
think
think
so.
they killed the
No.
advertising
Okay.
on that.
But that's you know, it's all kind of in that one. All right, so that was Bob's Burgers. That was Thursday. Then Ross Kierlock's prayers were answered. There was a drop zone. Not just
Right?
a drop zone, a
What are the odds of that?
re-released drop zone, right? The hint,
Mhm.
let everyone know. So if you go, I like watching you guys, but I don't know half of the things you guys are talking about. So the company Roosevelt's does these things called drop zones where they put a very limited amount of shirts out on a Friday, and then you can only get them in the app, and they're gone in minutes.
Yeah.
And so you gotta, the timer goes down, and they go really
A
fast.
minute.
And you try to get it,
A minute this week.
and they put out like a very, very vague clue as to what the shirt could be.
Yeah.
And the main thing we could get from this one was that it had been released before. So we knew it was going to be a re-release in the Kunu material, but we didn't know what it was. Ross, who'd been dying for a drop zone, somehow thought the release your inhibitions, Natasha Bedingfield or whatever the
Feel
whatever her name
the
is.
rain on your skin.
He went
Dun,
24K.
dun, dun, dun.
24K, they're bringing it back. That's it.
Rain. Light.
Oh, that's how you got
20
rain. I'm like, how do you get rain out of those 3 words? It's not in there
6
whatsoever.
degrees of Kirlock, ladies and gentlemen.
It was
Yeah.
a stretch beyond any stretch. I was like,
I don't know.
no, I do, because it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. It was Beverly Chills, which I didn't. It wasn't for me. I was like,
Yeah.
I've seen that shirt before it came out in Kunu, and I was like, I don't need this one. Which
I
for
know
me
it-
was a good
I
feeling.
I got it.
But that brings us to tonight's Should We Go There? And I don't really know that we even really talked about it, but we're going to go there. A lot of people having some app problems,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is tough because like they put out all of the warnings. They said, make sure your app is updated. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to do all these things.
Yeah.
People still struggled in
Yeah.
the app, even if it was one of them is Daniel.
Damn,
so-
Daniel.
This is I gotta admit, this is the first L I've ever legitimately had.
Wow.
In
The app
his
crashed.
All he does is win, ladies and gentlemen.
All he
Bullshit.
does is win.
Bull.
Win no matter
Bull.
what.
Hey, you said it.
I lie, cheat, and steal to get what I need. Not really.
This is recorded.
You heard it here first.
And I am not editing it.
No, but legitimately the app crashed 4 times while I was trying to check out.
Man.
And I mean, I'm lucky because I have the original. I'd prefer to have it in Kunu, and I collect drop zones. So, the collector in me is like, I'm missing one.
Sure.
So I got to get it. I'm going to pull my Albrecht. I need it. But I really don't need it.
Oh. It's not me.
But I was analyzing the app when it was crashing. So I gave a bunch of feedback to app@roosevelts.com, which is the proper way to send feedback in. And I'm waiting for the response because I went into code details about how they have the routines doing lookups for one of the big things for the optimization, especially for a drop zone, is it has to calculate shipping, locality, tax, all those kind of things every time it goes back into the cart prior to it triggering the, go run your credit card. And the way they have it coded is it's in an asynchronous mode, and it's waiting on the promise to come back. But when your app crashes, even when it reloads with the cart, it has to re-go through all of those promises and wait for all of the things to come back and resolve before you can click checkout. So when it crashes, you have no fast recovery, or if you have to say make a modification, like for example, I had because I was going to help Josh and one other try and get one in case they couldn't. So I had like 3 in the quantity, and sometimes it happens like, oh, there's only 2 left. You got to bump it down to 2. Well, every time you make an adjustment, it has to redo all of those lookups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of the developers are listening, first off, you can hire me as a consultant, and I will gladly help program for y'all. Look into Redis cache, in-memory
say the same
caching
thing.
for item potency. You will
100%.
enhance not only the stability of the app, but you will make people very, very happy with the performance going through. So I went there and I nerded out because I had to take a little bit of the pressure off of Martin for nerding out on Transformers and hashtag justice for Laserbeak.
Wearing a Transformer shirt.
So Josh, back over to you.
I was just curious, Ross, your thoughts on Radish Cash?
Radish Cash?
Yeah, Radish Cash.
I upgraded from Green Cash a long time ago in early 2011. It was a little slow. I upgraded to like Windows 10 around that time, I think. I don't know. It was like a beta version. But yeah, Red was a good upgrade. I highly recommend it. You can get it on the Microsoft Store for at least $32. I would go with that.
Great input.
Are you gonna further upgrade to like bluish cash?
No, the pink beta is out right now. I got that downloaded
beta,
in the background. So if you guys see me like, it's
glitching. It's because you're running pink beta.
Yeah, pink beta in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you for that dynamite drop in. So that was the drop. Did anyone besides Dan want the drop that they didn't get it?
No.
I completely forgot about it until like 12 minutes in, and you guys, I'm checking messages on my phone and I see chats blowing up. I'm like, oh yeah, there was a drop zone.
So I will say it was fun because we've had a giant influx of new fans to the brand who have only known the brand after it kind of scaled up a little bit. So there was a lot of volume when they do a Disney thing. Sometimes shirts survive, but back in the early days, a regular drop was like this. I mean, you had seconds to minutes in a lot
Every
of cases.
drop was a drop zone.
Yeah. And the FOMO and the rush was there. It was you would get like a high.
Yeah.
I still think it's crazy.
That dopamine fix.
Some people still use coupons and stuff in there, like promo codes. I don't know how they get that extra.
It's too easy. It's too easy, Ross.
Yeah, it is too easy.
So that was the drop zone. And then Saturday was a restock. I think it was a restock. Look, I clearly am not one. I'm not the target market of the athletic wear line stuff they're doing. I'm all about it. There are a lot of people that have really good looking bodies in this group, and by all means, get that and put it on. You'll look fantastic. It's not me. So I can't really speak on what this was. If this was just hey, there are more workout shorts, so we're restocking, or if these were like new. I don't know. Did anyone know? Does anyone know? I just saw, hey, athletic shorts. It's Saturday.
Right. I mean, the email to me felt like it was like one of those grand reopening or grand opening things where it was it was a big push.
Which after the Bob's Burgers drop seems appropriate. It's the grand reopening.
I didn't catch that. That's good.
Well, you didn't catch it because you've never seen one episode.
Yeah,
So
you've never
I
seen
assume it's something to do with it. I mean, I don't either. All right. Anyway, so no one got any of the shorts, whether they were restocked or new or whatever it was. And then we had today, which Will was super excited for. He was looking forward to it. We had another Last Airbender drop, which of course is a cartoon, part of the Nickelodeon license.
Yep.
Will, we'll let you talk about how you bought the whole drop in a second. Did anyone besides Will get anything from the Airbender drop?
Nope.
Okay, Will, take it away.
I am not the target audience.
Oh.
Yes. Look. I love the the cartoon's great. I think the cartoon's got like fantastic like nostalgia for me, and especially
so you have also
guy.
seen the cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Did these come out like when I was at a certain age where I stopped watching this stuff?
Martin, you are not much older than I.
It. You were
Martin. We had our attention on something else.
Martin, you should probably watch Avatar, The Last Airbender, and at least a season of Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
Also the one that spun off
The Book of Korra.
Yeah.
Book of
I heard
Korra
that
is
one
very
is
good.
incredible storytelling too.
no idea what any of that is.
Avatar?
What's that?
That is also Avatar.
The Book of
or-
Korra. Korra's the
Avatar
next.
universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Korra's the daughter of. Yeah, just watch the.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Ross,
I wanna-
what's the chapter after that?
What?
What's the chapter after that?
Ross knows that
Uh,
chapter.
They haven't even come out with number 2 yet. I thought they were just recording Avatar 2 and 3 at the same time.
No, 2's out. 3's not out yet.
God, even
I thought 3 was
trying to
the
be
water
dumb,
one.
Still
No,
forgot
2's
that
the
way
water
of
one.
Water exists.
You just have this convincing look on your face, and I'm like, oh, he's following along. He has,
No,
He's
he
trying-
thinks it.
Um,
He thinks it's the tall blue people.
He was
Avatar.
trying to
Martin,
make a
it's
joke
Animal
about
Kingdom, okay?
Avatar,
Yeah.
and still forgot there's a second Avatar movie.
Wait, there's a second one? I don't know
Amazing.
what's going on.
Um,
Is it the
all right.
third and fourth one? I don't know.
Before we get any further, let's talk about the Tiki Drop. A lot of us, did anyone not get anything from the Tiki Drop? Okay, well, all right.
What?
You guys stay over there.
I was stuck at work, so my size of the stuff I wanted was gone by the time I got out.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, did you want the purple Tiki? Because here
I'm
it
curious
is.
to see what it looks like.
This is it.
That is a very dark tiki.
That
so-
is very dark.
I was like, I need more purple shirts in
Are
my
you-
life.
Are you sure that's not the Black Panther shirt?
It might as well
It's
be.
not.
This,
The label's different. The neck
this is a
label.
dark.
Okay.
This is a dark purple. This is a dark shirt.
Yeah.
Like I got two lights. Like look at my face is not even like Pete. It is white. I'm whiter than white. Next to this,
Yes, you are.
this is a dark. That's a dark ass purple. Okay, so if you were looking at this shirt and you're like, oh, I wonder how purple. It's dark. It's a dark purple. Okay.
Sure.
That's like
That being
eggplant
said,
purple.
There was
right?
also the bamboo that a lot of people were like, oh, the I love the
Yeah,
style, but I
that's,
don't know about the bamboo. man."
Yeah.
So, are you wearing the full bamboo tux there, Ross?
I'm not.
Oh,
He
He
has
has
no
no
pants
pants on.
do you
not
not
wearing
have
pants.
any pants on?
I ordered I
Answer the question, Ross.
I have shorts on. I am
Right.
I am glass holing it right now.
Ooh.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Prove it,
I don't
Ross.
know if I can do it.
I don't think you want him to.
I wanted to.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's not how.
Okay, all right, okay.
Mickey
That's
Tiki
tight.
shorts. Okay.
All right. Well,
I tried.
I'm wearing the shorts that
I'm
go
trying to
with
keep
your
this-
shirt.
I'm trying
So
to
I
get this
can't-
13, you know.
I can't show them, but for everyone that is curious, like I don't know if this has always been the case with the bamboo shorts or if there was a version before it. But what they have is the back has elastic, so the back is stretchy, and then the front
I
are
like
not.
it.
The front are just there's string and a buttoning, and then belt loops.
I haven't decided if I have the other colors.
the belt loops.
Do the
I don't
regular
know.
hybrids have belt loops?
No.
Oh damn!
No. So that's the thing. All the other shorts that they make are like their swim shorts.
What about the chinos?
The chinos, we did this last episode. We're not, I don't know about the chinos. None of us have chinos yet. We don't know.
We can talk to
but-
Chris Isif about those.
Big fan of the belt loops and the bamboo shorts.
What do you wait? Hang on. I need to get this out there. What do you think of the tie? And I don't know if this is some of the first shorts that I have like a tie on the inside. I don't know. It's weird.
You mean like swim shorts?
But on the inside.
It's a little different. Like the holes are a little bit on swim shorts are
So
like
that's like board
here,
short
they're
style.
like
That's
they're
board
like over
shorts,
here on
yeah.
the hips almost like
Mm.
see
Like, see the-
see how much is exposed on that where
Like
they come
that's-
out. It
You
like
see-
it's
can you
not
see that?
it's not like and it's also like a hard string. It's like on swim shorts it's got like a little bit of a
These are not swim shorts. Like these are
I know,
these are
right.
like way more. They have belt loops. Like these are like short shorts. Like
I
if
love
you're
them.
wearing these, you're wearing these.
Who wears short shorts?
Well, that's the speaking of, that's the other complaint that a lot of people had, and I
And
can't
we lost Ross.
argue that they are a little bit shorter in length.
Oh,
the other
really?
shorts.
Baby,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
When I wear these, I show
airflow.
off. You see my knees.
It's a 7-inch inseam right
Okay.
there, baby.
So
yeah, but you're skinny, Ross. So shut the hell up.
But yeah, see,
agreed.
The
Yeah,
cement,
Josh
you know,
just
yeah.
showed that. Huh?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
when you walked away to get that pair of shorts, I showed all that. All right, so anyway, I still think the bamboo tux was fantastic. I liked everything from that drop. I think it was a home run. So I don't even know what the stock level is on the bamboo shorts, but
I
don't run away from them.
I know. I don't think they made it extra small. Small is out. 3XL and 4XL are out.
For what, the shorts?
Yeah, because I wear a medium short and I wear a large shirt, and
Right.
I just
Martin,
fire.
what shirt and short combo do you wear?
Bamboo resort shorts, small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, and 4X are all available according to the app.
Oh, there you go.
Hey,
That's why we don't trust
The
Ross.
bamboo
Speaking of
tiki.
the app, I have a breaking news update.
Oh, breaking news!
Oh, no.
Dan.
Yeah, because he's checking
Damn.
his phone while we're recording.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
you have
order
to pay
some
attention
chino
for like
shorts.
20
Okay, I
20
want to
minutes.
get in this ISIF club. You know, I
The
know
ISIF
his
Club
legs
is a
look
good club.
In the chinos?
So I want to.
Yeah.
I want my legs to look as good.
ISIF posted the other day in the chinos. He said they're like perfecto.
In the
Yeah.
chinos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So Dan, you were talking about having problems with app payment. A release came out an hour ago with bug fixes to app payment for
Ooh.
iOS.
My
Well,
God,
there you go.
I want to debug, and if I see changes to those lines of code, I want royalties. I'm
Hey.
profits. I want profit sharing.
Will you settle for a 15% off discount code?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's got to be at 20%. At least
least.
at 20%.
All right. We don't know when these are coming, but we have seen some teases of upcoming drops. Fantastic Four and a new load screen of Superman.
That not just Superman. Who is it?
Crypto.
Yes.
Oh, the wonder, the super dog.
Is it? It is crypto, right?
Yes.
Crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts on either of those licenses?
I'm
guys
buying
excited?
the crypto shirt.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
say, if the crypto shirt comes out and that's like a little things layout,
Like the hey or the
yeah,
Timon
or
doing the
even
hula.
if it's just spaced out slightly bigger, if it follows that layout and it's really focused on crypto, yeah, I'm getting that, even though I'm not a big Superman person.
That's a buy.
I think both. I'm going to be safe. Never say never.
I
but
don't know. Fantastic Four, that Q-zip looks freaking fire.
It's true.
It's
But
probably the best
it
thing
is
out of that
hot.
drop, in my opinion.
is
But
summer.
there may be more to that.
So, okay. People are like, we've waited 20 some minutes, and Josh is wearing a unique shirt. Can we please
Hey,
talk about
Josh, what shirt are you wearing?
it? Hey, thanks, Will. So, the shirt I'm wearing is a shirt that I'm not gonna lie, I did not think this was actually going to come to fruition. I definitely didn't think it was going to happen in time. But this is a Summerfest Roosevelt. So after last year, Summerfest used photos from the Milwaukee meetup of us in our shirts in a lot of their promotion. Like a lot of, you guys saw them. They were like all throughout the year. They were sharing the photos on their social media. And I was talking to them and I was like, because I do this Josh and Around, this other podcast. And I was talking to them and I was like, why don't you guys do something with them? Do a collab. And they were like, yeah, that could be fun. But it really felt like it was like that'll be fun. Okay, now go away.
Yeah.
What they didn't plan on was that, I nag and I really don't let things go.
Really?
And so I know I call it the Josh Albrecht special. And so I ended up kind of being the middleman between Roosevelt's and Summerfest and having them get this shirt that is going to be available in the store on the Summerfest grounds. It's not going to be available online. It's a very, very limited release because Summerfest they don't usually branch out a whole lot. They're very comfortable in what they have. I don't know if it's a Midwestern thing. I don't know. But I convinced them to take a shot, and I'm like, man, I really hope that this just sells like crazy. And then they just start planning and making more, and the partnership continues for years to come, because I really think that there could be something there. Roosevelt's loves doing things with music and bands, and it just felt like a good fit for the two to be together, and I love that it actually happened. That being said, if you guys have questions, I will answer some of them.
What's the bridge?
Can we get a full screen?
No.
Okay.
What?
Hey,
That's what the shirt looks like.
So what is the bridge that is on the shirt?
Yes, so that is the Hoan Bridge, Hoan, which is a kind of landmark of Milwaukee.
Okay.
And it has this, the sun setting behind it. It's a very sunset summer vibe shirt.
Yeah.
Is it a landmark if it's not on land?
Where do you think bridges connect, Ross?
That's true. Yeah, Will has a point.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. For
Uh,
obvious reason.
Color scheme, was that like strictly Summerfest design, or?
So, great question. Summerfest really just said they wanted like the Home Bridge, sailboats, fireworks, and their logo, and like maybe some music notes. Huge shout out to John T. He designed it.
Ooh.
So, I do not think that this was the top of his list of things to get done. Once again, going back to that Josh Albrecht special of, hey. He was like, I'm working on it. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then, but yeah, so this was kind of his vision from, some of the color schemes that he saw with the Summerfest designs, their marketing, what they had put out, mixed with what they had requested. And
it's a very pretty shirt.
I thought it turned out great.
How did the sailboats fit in?
So Milwaukee is right next to Lake Michigan. So
yeah,
a lot of people might not know this, but Milwaukee has beaches.
That's true. We did go to a smallish beach last year.
Yep.
Yeah, right near Summerfest, Martin.
That's right, along the lakefront. And so you see sailboats out there all the time. And they're pretty much a backdrop for Summerfest. You can walk the grounds of Summerfest and you turn to your right and you will see sailboats.
Yeah, you get a pretty good view when you're up in the gondolas.
That's also true.
Skyliner from Wish, got it.
Okay, so for the people that you keep mentioning Summerfest, obviously it's a music festival. Can you give us like, a 15-second? What is it? Why is it?
Give him a 30-second. You had your soapbox for 30 seconds last week.
Okay,
I appreciate that.
30 seconds.
So it is the world's largest music festival. I'm not sure if that's actually still true. There are, I believe, 10 or 11 stages across the whole park that play different genres of music starting at noon that go until midnight. There's one big stage that is usually the biggest act of the night. That is the amphitheater, where you have to have a specific ticket for a specific seat. The rest are just free stages. You pay your ticket to enter, and then you can go and watch whatever shows you want. It used to be 11 days straight. Then after COVID, they changed it to be 3 weekends in a row, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they went from 11 days down to 9.
Okay.
Good pitch.
Across 3 weeks. So like, even if you had like a family vacation plan, you could still probably make one of those weekends.
Yes, I will tell you, it's a very controversial topic because a lot of people loved the fact that it was just
11 days.
No, we're not planning anything that week. We're going, that's Summerfest week. And then people would just go. Now it's kind of like, well, I'm busy with my family every weekend.
Is Summerfest, right? Yeah.
Right.
Now, is this one of those things where, like, if it was for 11 days straight, obviously it's going through the work week. Are people calling out sick out of work in order to go to this? Or
absolutely. Or
that's insane.
Or it would just get more busy after 5,
Okay.
Usually the headliners aren't going on until at least 6 o'clock.
Okay.
You see usually a lot of more local bands and that type of feel in the noon to 5 slot.
And Summerfest is also one of the planned activities during next week's meetup, right?
That's true. The Milwaukee meetup, which is happening now. First of all, I
Now.
would like to
Oh, now.
ask the rain gods, please don't hate me. Please stay away. Right now, the weather says it's like, hey, it's just going to be 8 days of rain. So, like, that's cool.
Oh,
and
great. That means I have 8 more days of rain coming my way. Thanks.
That's true.
I really appreciate that.
Also, it says like 55% chance. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, so the whole thing. So please just
Welcome to the Midwest.
stay. That's right. Stay dry.
Pack a poncho.
But it is part of the plan. The reason why, I've already had a bunch of people who have said like, I need a large.
Mhm.
Who's, we do pickups. Need large.
What?
Trust me. I get it. Right. That's usually me. I can't go to every con. I need to pick up. The shirts are so limited, and I really want to make sure that the people that live here get that appreciation first and get the opportunity to go buy the shirt. And
Like,
so at least right
live-
away, we're not doing pickups.
Like live in this square, like this
Well, I mean,
video.
Nope.
Or-
No, like in the
Milwaukee area.
Oh,
Wisconsin,
tried
northern
that.
Illinois area. Just
well, I mean, technically, like pickups would only be available from people that are going to Summerfest, right?
correct, because you can't get it.
That's even.
anywhere else.
I mean, that's starting this week, and the meetup isn't even until next week, right?
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
Correct. So I can't even promise what's going to be there, but it's just there's a lot of people in the city that have, especially people that have followed me, that know that I wear these dumb shirts, and now there's one available, and they're like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt. All right,
sure.
you bugged me for like 2 years. I'll go get the shirt." And so I'm really hoping that it expands the brand and it expands this relationship. And then if there's something left, by all means, I'll be happy to do pickups at that time. But we'll see. So, but I'm very appreciative that HQ made this happen. Chris Joyce, shout out to you for also putting up with my stubborn ass, and that everything got done. It really meant a lot to me. You talk about like doing things bigger than yourself, like bringing these two companies together has really given me a lot of pride and made me feel really great. So I appreciate HQ. If you're watching this, thank you. It really does mean a lot. Any other questions before we move on?
Is the Milwaukee meetup the first weekend of Summerfest?
No.
No. You
As
you
Martin
listening?
just said,
Oh,
Summerfest
not
starts
listening.
this weekend,
okay.
and the second weekend
Okay.
is when the
I'll
Milwaukee
put my
meetup
phone
is.
down.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ross is now gonna buy a ticket to Summerfest for this weekend to go buy.
He's gonna
his
drive
shirts.
up.
You
Yeah.
can drive
Yep.
up for pickups. I will tell Summerfest.
Do not sell to this
Do
man.
not sell to this man. He'll send Lena in. Okay. All right. It is time for our Ask the Degens question.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa, whoa,
Hold on,
whoa.
hold on.
Whoa, you want to talk about music festivals?
Yes, Dan.
Where
just
the
went to one.
hell did this guy
you're
go
such a
this
great-
past
yeah.
weekend?
Yeah, that's such a great
Screw
point.
your Summerfest.
Well, I put
Warp Tour is back, baby.
Okay.
Yes.
And I do have questions. About it. First of all, did you have fun?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Second,
not
did
the
you go
nostalgia-
to Warp Tour when it was a thing?
I've
not
been
the
going to
reunion
Warp Tour pretty darn close to since it started.
How similar was it to how it used to be?
So I'm going to say walking into Warp Tour this past weekend, it felt like Warp Tour me walking in when I was 15.
Hell yeah.
It was
Hell yeah.
half pipes, lots of stickers in inappropriate places. Just everybody, like it's kind of a multi-stage thing, like you were kind of describing with Summerfest, and then even the outside the stages, there were like little booths, kind of in this tent village, where more local bands or even some of the bigger bands would just like come in and I don't know, do cover songs or just small
jam
things.
out.
The only thing I will say that's different is the people learned a lot as they got older, and the logistics on this thing were better than any concert I've ever been to. No lines for the bathrooms. There was ample bathrooms all the way from the point where all the parking and everything coming in. As
Nice.
soon as you got through security and like the scan your ticket line, that's really the only line you were in, and it still took me less than 10 minutes to get through. Immediately there was like the check your ID for getting your wristband to be able to buy adult beverages. And then right behind it was food and beverage. So as you kind of walked, because you have to walk around this decrepit stadium that looks worse than most of our lower backs feel nowadays. And so you're already
So bad
like,
that I know the stadium you're talking about.
it's like you're prepped as you go in, and then you hit the area, and even when you're in the main thick of it, there were no lines for food, no lines for drink, no lines for
Nice.
restrooms.
That's impressive.
Getting to the stages, even if you didn't want to be in the pits and everything, you still heard everything. And I mean, there was maybe 5 minutes between bands at the stages.
That's really impressive.
But they did stagger it so that if you wanted to see another band and they were on another group of stages, you had enough time to walk over, and you
Sweet.
could see two bands at the same time. Like you kind of start one set here and then walk over
Man, that's
and-
awesome.
and go through. But yeah, like all of that. And they brought like the skaters up, and even Pennywise did like a throwback to Warped Tour, to
Yeah.
the point that they couldn't live stream Pennywise until they got through all the lawyers, because like NoFX is no longer touring. They covered some stuff from them. They covered some stuff from Minor Threat, which is a local DC band. And that just kind of like changed, punk rock. They brought the old school skaters up there. They brought Van from Vans up on the stage that created everything. And
Yeah,
I mean,
Steve.
it was just insane.
Dude, you were there and sending pictures, and I'm sitting at home watching the live stream, which wasn't really live, but it was close enough. And I'm like, I am so pumped for freaking November right
Yeah.
now. Like, I am.
Yeah. So
I am
spoiler,
really
I think
excited.
we're all going, right? Ross, you're going too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Degens at Warped Tour.
Now, here's
now,
here's the fun part that happened over the weekend. Up until Sunday, there were still general admission tickets for Orlando. It was the last stop not to sell out. General admission sold out.
I'm surprised by that too. I wonder why.
DC was sold out already. And if Dan's saying the logistics were that good, I can only imagine the same at November.
But even the
this is gonna be a
quality
bad
of
show.
food, I was expecting crappy hot dogs and,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
burnt burgers. They had turkey legs. They had Italian sausage that was like huge, good. They
Now,
had
were
like
they-
island noodles and
There
I
you
love
go.
you sausages.
Were they stands or food trucks?
they were booths. They were like stands. It wasn't like a truck backed up or anything,
Okay.
but I would
That's
say food truck quality
Okay.
and food truck variety.
Okay.
All right,
Because
I
it
like the
wasn't
sound of
just the
that.
same thing all throughout the grounds.
I like that.
They even had a 90s nostalgia area that served like 90s food. Your
Surge?
Dunkaroos. That one did have a little bit of a
Martin-
line.
Martin
to
and
get
I are going to
through.
be so screwed and go into a diabetic coma in November.
The-
This is going to be great.
The other experience that I got in line for, and this was the only line that I had to wait in,
I saw that line.
Phineas and Ferb
Man.
activation. It reminds me of kind of like how Haunted Horror Nights does the little houses. But the thing was just they made it blue porta potties that looked so convincing that it was a row of porta potties. Everybody walked by it, not realizing it was the event or
yeah.
the
Portal
little activation.
potties.
Yeah. And so you walk through a porta potty to get into it. And then they have these little rooms and they have some swag that they give out. And I got this awesome Perry the Platypus hat for my son. And the
Nice.
photo
So
opportunities were good. I almost tried to steal. They had some Bowling for Soup themed guitars
Yeah.
that were just these
Oh.
beautiful, like teal.
Because they do the theme song for Phineas and Ferb.
Oh,
And
Well,
the voice actor
I-
for
yeah.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz was
Dan Povenmire.
yeah.
Uh,
I love
floating around.
it.
He was up on stage when they played too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was great.
Oh, what a moment. I'm so bummed. They're not going to be in Orlando. I don't think.
No, they're not. They're not on the list,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, they are on
That
my
was
list
their
of bands to still be able to see.
That was their one and done stop. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of really good bands. I mean, Yellow Card, Less Than Jake.
Oh, Orlando's
All-Time Low.
pretty stacked.
All-Time Low. There's some other ones too, like 408 is playing.
Yeah.
They're like a band not a lot of people know about, but I've been listening to them for a while. They were really, really good.
I finally got
excited.
to see Suicide Machines live,
There we go.
and I actually caught the whole set of Pennywise, where other Warped Tours you had to make like really tough decisions, and I only clipped and saw like 5 minutes of Pennywise.
Now that's
Dude,
what I liked about it too, was they did like the bands and the times. You walked in, you saw the schedule. There was nothing posted online beforehand. You walked in and went, "Oh, take a picture. I need to be here, 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 here."
And they had people running up and penciling in, like if a band ran over, they went and adjusted all the times.
That's nice.
So I did actually have a question. Did you have to make any tough decisions?
Yeah. So oddly enough, they stacked it where you came in on Saturday, and you would think a lot of the big names and stuff would be on the Saturday when people are going to be there. It was a lot more hardcore and a lot more, not as mainstream bands playing.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was kind of easy to bounce around, but Sunday was a lot of tough decisions on, am I going to see the whole set here? Or like Bowling for Soup was also playing at the same time Pennywise was. Like, who do you go see? I've seen Bowling for Soup a couple times before. So yeah, I did have to make a couple tough decisions there. But for the most part, it was, even though I made the tough decisions there, some of the bands that were later in the evening, by the time I got home, the delay on the so-called live streaming, I could catch it there.
Nice.
And now a bunch of that stuff is floating around YouTube.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome, man, and I'm glad you had fun. I saw all the fun you were having. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited for.
Yeah,
Orlando.
I was super happy on Saturday. My bestie from high school, who's been going to Warped Tour with me, since the early days, managed to come in. But on Father's Day, I went in solo, ended up hooking up with two other insiders.
Nice.
One came down from Jersey, and then Chris got to hang out with him and his family.
Nice,
which was a ton of fun.
That's awesome, dude. I'm very happy for you. Before I have more egg on my face, anyone else do anything like super cool before we move on?
I worked on Saturday.
Worked on Saturday. Ross hasn't paid attention in 10 minutes. Mark,
I was at a white party. You guys saw a bunch of those photos on Sunday.
That was Sunday night, right?
Yeah, we don't got. Yeah. I don't think that Ross remembers being at the white party.
That's the only time Ross wears a solid color, by the way.
Yeah, okay. I was like, there's a joke there. We're not going to go there. All right. It's time for our Ask the Degen question. I really like this one from our friend Eric Hutzel, who said, if you all were on a road trip, who is the driver? Who is DJing? Who is on snack duty? Who is asking for constant bathroom stops?
Ooh.
And who is sleeping the whole time?
Can I go first?
Oh.
Can I go first?
All right, here's the thing. We all have to come to an agreement on the five places.
Real quick.
So state your case for who.
We're gonna make Martin the driver, Will's DJing. Josh,
I'm fighting you already.
Josh, you're on snack duty. Ross is constant bathroom stops, and I'm sleeping the entire time.
Nope, I'm fighting. No.
I can see Dan doing snacks.
First of all, Martin.
No, I'm sleeping the whole time.
First of all, Martin is the one who is constantly stopping for bathroom stops.
I was going to say I'm the driver.
Martin is the one.
In the parks. I don't even poop in the parks. Okay?
Martin,
I don't
just have to go to the bathroom. 100%.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
You constantly are like, nah, I'm gonna go pee. Like we're being Disney, and like whenever it's literally like I'm with my wife. Whenever we walk past the bathroom, I was like, I'm just gonna stop really quick. I'm like, are you kidding?
That's right, because
Constantly
Josh,
going
you're
to
the
the
baby. You haven't hit the point of you never give up an opportunity for a bathroom when you get.
I
our
mean,
age.
You are
That's a
constantly going to
fact.
the bathroom.
I don't think so. But
I
whatever.
was thinking I might be DJing. I know that Ross is not DJing.
Yeah,
and if-
Ross for sure is not DJing.
And if Dan is asleep,
Martin is not DJing, we'll all be asleep. With
so
his traditional car playlist.
I'm thinking I'm probably DJing if Will is driving, which means that Ross is on snack duty.
No.
No, Dan
No.
is on
Ross
snack
is
duty.
asleep.
No,
I'm the
I thought
resident
Dan was
fat guy.
asleep.
I mean,
No.
come on.
No,
Dan is snack duty.
I mean, reality, I'm the sleeping guy. That
Ross is asleep because he doesn't talk as is. So it's like it's the same thing.
The thing is, I don't know how I wouldn't be the one that sleeps. Like I don't sleep in cars for the like the whole time. Like I can't be that person. I don't know if Ross is that person. Is like Ross, can you fall asleep in a car?
I'm
instantly?
usually the person driving.
Right. But hell no, there's no way we're letting you drive this bus. There ain't no way. No way.
Hey, you know what? Ross got us safely from O'Hare to downtown for C2E2 weekend. So
That's because his dad was in the car.
No.
Yeah, his dad's not in the car this time.
well,
It's just
it-
us.
I mean,
I
you never
mean,
said
He'd
they're
probably be
cutting
like,
people.
I don't know if this is my water bottle or backpack jack. So someone test this before.
no, he's freaking rocking the roadie.
I've got Ross on snack duty, I think.
Okay.
But wait, but liquor, like airplane bottles,
Okay.
also count as snack duty.
No,
So
no,
like
hold
that's
on, hold on.
appropriate.
If we're stopping at a Buc-ee's, what snacks are you picking up, Ross?
No, 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 no.
Oh.
No, no, that
Ooh.
this is a good DJ
It's a
question.
little
too.
test.
What's the popcorn stuff? Like the puffs.
Ooh.
Oh, the beaver nuggets.
And
Beaver
you
nuggets.
want to put him on snack duty? Are you?
I go by looks. I don't go off of names.
I
just
got it.
go-
He's in the car. I got to put him somewhere. What do you want him to pick the music? We'll be driving in silence. He'll.
That sounds bliss.
Silence in this car? There's no silence.
Hell no.
He's gonna pick like the soundtrack of the thing that you put on when you're not home for the dogs to get
Okay,
them
I'll
accustomed to
I'll take it.
fireworks.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
No. Okay, I'm going. Will's driving. I'm DJing. Ross is on snack duty. Martin's going to the bathroom, and Dan's sleeping the whole time.
I have two things to change on that.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yes, please.
Me driving, Dan on DJ duty, Josh on snack duty, and Martin and Ross are interchangeable on who has to pee and who's sleeping.
I don't
The
pee.
things
or poop.
I'm not good.
Well, hold on. Are we
I'm not
allowed
good
to
at snacks either.
actually? We're just gonna like OD Ross on melatonin at this
Yeah.
point, or whatever the prescription strength sleep aid is.
I have my own sleep aid. Let's do this.
I feel like okay, let's just start here. Who do we think is the best snack connoisseur? Because I'll tell you, it's not me. It's not me. I don't get snacks on road trips.
No, but
don't.
you know all of us well enough.
I eat nothing and then I stop for food and then I eat nothing. Like I'm not a like
Snack
if you would have
duty-
asked me the Buc-ee's question, I know what the hell beaver nuggets are, but I would not like I don't have
Snack-
those answers.
Snack
I don't
duty is
know.
20 brisket sandwiches.
Well, but it's
Oh.
got to be. Here's the thing: it's got to be chopped brisket if it's from Buc-ee's, because the sliced brisket while you're trying to drive, it's
Oh no,
too
it's
much.
chopped brisket. That's it.
No
So
one
this
eats
is
barbecue
this
sandwiches
made
at
me
all.
think Dan should do snacks, but Dan can't get snacks and sleep. Gotta be one or the other.
Who's got time for snacks on a fucking road trip?
It's one of the positions, Ross. We're answering the question. This is how Ask the Degen
Snacks are
works.
critical.
Dan has to be on snack duty because I must be the only person. No, Josh, you rode with us from Jacksonville.
Yeah,
back
Atlas
down
crew.
to-
Yeah, 100%.
and you know that we stopped at Buc-ee's, right?
I
Like,
know. Dan was like a
and
tour guide in
Dan
that place.
Dan picked up snacks, right? When Dan would pick me up from the airport, we'd go to Walmart and he'd pick up these little like sweet tart, rope things are delicious. And it just
I didn't get that by accident.
All right. I'm going to say
I trained for this.
I'm going to say that Dan is on snack duty. We're locking Dan into snack duty. That position is locked. Agreed?
Yeah, that's agreed.
Okay. Who's using the bathroom?
I will take one for the team and just say
thank you for just admitting it's you. Okay.
It's not me.
But it is you. You said it. It's locked in.
Well, here's the thing. All of us except for Ross will probably pee in a bottle in the car and be okay with it. Ross is probably the only prima donna that needs to go to a Buc-ee's level clean bathroom.
You know what? Is it number 1 or number 2? Right? Because then
nobody poops.
Well, no, because I'm on snack duty and I know which snacks are not going to encourage diarrhea.
No,
nobody poops on a car.
We got you two locked in.
No.
All right.
Okay, this is what makes it really tough because I still don't know where the hell to put Ross.
I don't know.
I'm not letting Ross drive.
I was driving
absolutely zero taste
on
in
May
music.
4th.
I think Ross might have secretly good taste in music.
Drive for May 4th. It was a pretty nice road trip from the.
I've never been in a car where Ross is driving, and it terrifies me. I promise you, there are people watching this right now that are going, "I can't believe they're going to put Ross as a driver." Like, I can't do it. Is there any way that we can make Ross sleep?
There's a lot of ways to make Ross sleep.
Prescription medication.
Okay.
Does this smell like chloroform?
I'm sleeping or I'm driving.
Canadian friends, just go ahead and mail the pills.
Okay, so let's just say that Ross is sleeping. We're going to make Ross sleep. One way or another, Ross is going to sleep.
And I guess you're going to be the DJ and Will's the driver. There you go.
Okay.
That's the 5.
There it is. There's your answer, Eric. That's how our car road trip would be. Fair enough. Woo!
All right.
I didn't know if we were going to make it through that.
You know what? I have an argument.
Oh my God.
Oh, no.
I was just about to end the podcast. All right, go ahead.
What is Ross's signature line when the podcast ends?
Yes, I know. He says, "I got to poop."
Exactly. And you think that he's not going to be the one that needs to go to the bathroom?
No, I don't poop in the parks.
This is a car. We're not in the park.
This is what I'm telling you is,
Russ, do you not
he
know
has
where
to
we
go to
are
the
for this whole
glorified-
scenario?
If we're doing a road trip, it's to a park. Okay.
We're road tripping
no,
it.
Ross is the guy who's already rented Airbnbs at the strategic locations on our trip.
That's not
So that
that's
he
not
has-
a position I can assign him.
I think we already called it.
All right.
So are you trying to say, Martin, that you would like to swap to where you get to sleep? Because I've been in cars. When we were in London, I don't know that there was a car we were in that you didn't fall asleep in. So I will say, and Dan can back me up on that because he was there too. So if you want to make an argument that you deserve to be sleeping the whole time and Ross is the bathroom boy, I will hear your argument.
Oh no, I think we closed.
I think you just made my argument for me.
I think we close this. Some of us, it's late.
I mean, I got to go to the bathroom now.
All right.
I got a 2-hour drive for work tomorrow morning.
Sorry, we're cutting it. Martin, you're the one going to the bathroom. We're going to find a way to make Ross. He's going to drink his espresso, hold it the whole time, and just pass out. All right. Wow. That was quite a question. I didn't expect it to go that way. All right. Thank you, Eric, for the question. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. If for some reason you watch this whole thing, my Lord, thank you. We appreciate you. Can't wait to see you guys soon and to see you next week because we are not done yet.
No poop.